So there is a pattern I'm noticing in the titles. I didn't think there was one, but there is one. It's the oldest starting to lowest of the descendants in Maya's family because Maya is the title of the last episode.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. Okay. Also, I'm going to assume it's not, but at this point, we have probably 40 billionaires on this planet. And we're doing so much to get our asses into space. But yet we don't have the auto ASL contact translator horse shit that I just saw.
Right?
How is that not a thing that someone's invented?
It really should be, because like technology like that can like break down so many different barriers.
It can. And you can't tell me there's not more complicated things that already exist or that don't exist. All it is a filter that sees and a translator that hears. We have that. Google does it.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? I would learn ASL, but if I had if I had a child that needed ASL and I had a friend that didn't know but wanted to communicate with my child and was like staying for the weekend, I'd be like, here, take this for 2 seconds. You know how helpful these would be for teachers?
Exactly.
It's unreal to me how that's not a thing. Unless it is, and someone's going to put in the comments that I'm a moron that these exist. I don't think they do, because I'd be seeing them on a lot more people than Wilson Fisk in a Marvel show.
The only downside to that is it would probably put ASL translators out of business, but still.
I mean, it would, but I don't know who else would be dedicated enough to get it, because you're still going to have things like large speeches. I assume that thing wouldn't be cheap. So I don't think for a crowd of 3,000 people you're talking to, you're going to buy 3,000 of these things.
Yeah, good point.
These are people that would want them.
Yeah.
Like, if that thing was $5,000, that is at the market cap of how much I would be like,
It would be an investment, but I see the value in it.
Oh, absolutely. That's insane to me, because it's not exactly high fashion movements. It was basic Wii movement sport crap that they were showing on the screen, so it's not nothing too complicated. I don't know. I was drawn back where I'm like, how have I never thought of that as a thing before? All it is an earbud to translate and then knock it back. That's all it is. And then the contact for the other person hearing the voice. That part might be a little bit. That one's complicated on the ASL receiver's part, but the person non-ASL just with the screen, that seems doable.
Yeah. Now, that being said, the context of this is Kingpin trusts literally nobody. So this is how he feels he can get through to Maya.
She also burned him when she point blank said, as the background image explains, he never cared enough to actually learn ASL.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, the dialogue in this episode was pretty on point.
It was like, yeah, and the fact that after the ASL translator was done for that night, she was shot and killed and just dragged away. Because she was no longer needed, because Maya wasn't under his care anymore. Also, we're going to go back to the people think that Wilson Fisk is a pansy. He tanked a bullet to the face, and he's fine.
Yeah.
His eye is still there.
I am a little surprised that it's not like a glass eye or anything.
Or anything. Like, unless it hit right here and it just hammerhead ting off his skull. Because you see there's red marks around the corner of his eye. Unless he got a robotic eye replacement. Because, like you said, it's not a glass one. Because he's seeing in it. Because he's purposely putting the patch on that bad eye. So you have to be able to have full vision out of it, or otherwise that thing's showing ASL to nobody.
And here's the other thing. I don't care about I don't care about the like any sort of logical explanation for how he survived. The point is a bullet to the head can't kill him. So he's pretty fucking dangerous.
It is. And you know what that also means? Hammerhead's never being shown in the MCU.
Because you don't need him.
You already have a human character without a steel plate in his skull that can survive a bullet wound to the head. That is literally the coolest thing about Hammerhead. And that's not a lot. So there's no point unless you are going to come up with a thug called Hammerhead because he's got a really wide head. And we've already had the Wrecking Crew. So they kind of just negated his entire existence.
Basically.
But that leaves Tombstone open for interpretation because if I remember correctly, that dude's just tough and like barely able to bleed ever. But anyway. Yeah. So this is another chill episode, and we're starting to kind of see what the ancestry thing is going on, because now we're seeing the grandmother saw it when she gave birth to her mom, and then she just bit on a stick and buried her in the woods. I saw the previews for this and I'm like, why is that woman chomping on a stick? What is going on? She doesn't look like any other character we've seen.
Nope. Turns out that's Chula from a flashback.
Yeah. And even she doesn't fully understand what the heck these memories are. And it is got to be Toma's got to be built on where these people used to be from, because she said she's only seen it when she came back to Tahoma.
Yeah, I think we're gonna learn more in the finale of where, like, physically where they live.
It's got in like,
Because don't you remember in the first episode? I know it's been a while since we've watched it, but in the first episode, Chula had those visions of her ancestors. But
yeah.
but like, you know, because it was early in the series, we didn't really know what was happening.
No.
Now it's kind of starting to make sense.
Yeah. It is starting to make sense. And I'm wondering what is going to happen with that, because she had a chance to bash Kingpin's brains in and he was gonna let her, and then she didn't. Also, I'm saying, like, I only watched each Daredevil season once. I forgot that it was a different type of hammer because I saw someone post on Reddit that they recasted the hammer. So apparently it wasn't a ball peen, which I believe was what it's a ball peen, and then the other one's a claw hammer. Apparently it was a claw hammer before.
I hope people aren't getting like actually outraged and they're just trying to be funny.
I don't know. I didn't click on the post because if it was serious, I was going to be like, y'all need better things to do in your life.
Yeah.
Because this can also be the Fisk version of, you know how I got these scars?
You're not wrong.
I beat my dad to death with this hammer. No, it was this hammer. He just went to the store, bought a different one, and brought it in. I also love at the beginning of this episode, before we skip over it, Maya wanted ice cream. It was very, how do I want to describe that? It's not racist. Ableist? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
No, is that?
yeah, because the guy, the ice cream guy, didn't know ASL and wasn't even trying to. He wasn't even trying to understand her. He's basically just saying like you use your words
Yeah,
as if he had no idea that.
yeah. I just didn't know if ableist is the right word. I don't know if that's the proper definition for that. But if it isn't, I don't know what that word is.
No, you were using it right.
Okay, all right. And then we see Fisk get out of the limo truck, whatever, and beat this dude to death. And I love how he's like, I need a new jacket. I don't want Maya seeing me. Dude, that blood is on more than your jacket.
It's all over his face.
It's all over. It was on the face, it was on the inseam, it was on the vest, it was on everything. Sorry, sir. You're going to have to go and change. And also, are you going to just have something pull up in the back alley while you have Maya wait in the car for 30 minutes? What are we doing, Wilson?
And then just to make things even better, she's already out of the car, just staring at him, and then kicks the ice cream in.
Yes, it was pretty great. No, Maya, we must not. Yeah, it was good. Man, I understand like this was supposed to be the bloody Marvel TV show, and I'm not saying they sold it on being super bloody. From what I don't know, my brain expected, this isn't as violent as my brain thought it was going to be. I mean, the roller rink stuff was pretty intense, but blood was shed where blood needed to be shed.
I heard that like the blood that they use in this series was CGI.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder if they made a conscious decision to make it more R-rated after test screenings.
Maybe. Could be. Not entirely sure, but yeah, it could be. But yeah, so we have Maya having more revisions, and like I didn't know that Fisk was involved with like the whole family and not just Maya, because like you see the uncle was doing stuff for him and other things like that, and apparently just Tahoma matters because you know at the sort of at the weapons depot and all that. But yeah, so now she's going somewhere, don't know where. They just lost her, and Wilson, I assume, is ripping his plane apart.
Yep. Dude's got anger issues.
A little bit. You embarrassed me. Where is a car door when I need one?
I to this day, one of my favorite D'Onofrio Fisk quotes is, "I'm not here to threaten you. I'm here to kill you."
Yes, exactly. It's pretty good. It's been I gotta rewatch Daredevil. My brain is like all the most of it, but yeah, it's great, and he's doing good at this. Like I read something where he said he wouldn't mind playing this role for the rest of his life. The only thing that was causing impossible grief was having to put on weight for it, and now that he doesn't have to, he's more than okay with it.
About that, is it CGI or is he wearing prosthetics?
I don't know because again, it's been a hot minute since I've watched Daredevil. I don't remember if he looked much bigger. He looked, in my opinion, for my brain remembering whichever one. From what I'm remembering, he felt like he looked way bigger in Hawkeye.
Yeah, maybe it's just the clothes. He was wearing
Maybe.
like a baggier outfit.
It could be. It very well could be. And again, it could be that it's CGI or a weight thing, or they're just okay with Wilson not being a walking brick wall with a head. Cause I understand that's what he is in the comic, but some realness needs to be applied to the guy that weighs 400 pounds when he's 6'5" and has the agility of a 6 black belted martial artist. People don't realize how stupid that gets in comics. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the laws of physics don't. They might as well just not exist.
They do not apply to Monsieur Fisk. They really, really don't. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready for the finale. I really don't know what it's going to be because again, we can't just have Wilson going down to her, going down in a fight to her again because you ain't gonna look like street level Thanos if you lose twice to her.
Nope.
So we're gonna have to see what they do because I have no idea. But he didn't leave to go to New York. He just punched his plane and they cut. So I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know, but I'm actually genuinely excited especially after this episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. But we'll get right on to it and get watching it. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You guys can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and that place at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need to escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube, which, depending on when this comes up, it'll either be I'll be streaming next week or the week that this is going, because I'll be uploading the episodes throughout the whatever. I'll be streaming Monday, at least Monday. I don't know about Tuesday because I have to leave town at 5 a.m. to drive an hour to get on a plane to go on a vacation in New Orleans with my family. So I'm probably not going to be up too late on Tuesday. But all right, we will see you all next time. Bye.